Good evening and welcome to the Monday edition of Source 16 News at 10. Thanks for joining us. New this hour, a hospital in Graves County will be forking over hundreds of thousands of dollars after reaching an agreement with federal prosecutors to settle allegations of false Medicare billing. U.S. Attorney David Hale today reported that Jackson Purchase Medical Center of Mayfield voluntarily reached an agreement to pay over $998,000 to be paid by electronic funds transfer no later than July 7th. According to the settlement agreement, the U.S. contends that Pineland Regional Hospital, LLC, doing business as Jackson Purchase Medical Center, inappropriately submitted additional charges to Medicare for certain gallbladder and biliary tract procedures. Specifically, federal prosecutors allege that the Mayfield Hospital submitted additional charges for these procedures as inpatient admissions when, in fact, they should have been billed as outpatient admissions. The overbilling covered a period between January 1st, 2004 through December 31st of last year. Jackson Purchase Medical Center has also agreed to enter into a 5-year corporate integrity agreement with the Office of Counsel of the Inspector General, which is neither an admission of the hospital nor a concession by the U.S. that its claims are not well-founded. In other news, a Callaway County woman was sentenced in court today for her role in a murder that occurred last December. According to court records, Kayla Workman was sentenced to 5 years in jail but received a pretrial diversion and received credit for time already served behind bars. Workman was previously charged with complicity to murder, but it was amended down to complicity to tampering with physical evidence. 2 days before Christmas, police reportedly found the body of Callaway County resident Donald Scandal in the back seat of a wrecked car with multiple stab wounds to his chest, neck, and back. Workman's husband, Jason, was sentenced to 20 years in prison last week for his involvement in Scandal's murder. A Fort Campbell soldier has been arrested for allegedly trying to hire a hitman to kill his ex-girlfriend. 21-year-old Specialist Joshua Huntley, who is assigned to Fort Campbell's 101st Combat Aviation Brigade, was charged with 1 count of solicitation for murder. A release from Oak Grove Police says on June 3rd they received a tip from the Sanford Police Department in Florida about Huntley's murder plot. Police say Huntley was arrested on June 15th after he met with an undercover officer from the Christian County Sheriff's Office who was playing the role of a hitman for hire. The 21-year-old soldier was booked into the Christian County Jail. U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company has donated $35,000 to help fund the Hudson School of Agriculture at Murray State University. According to a 2008 study by the United States Department of Agriculture, Callaway and Graves counties were the top producers of dark fire tobacco in the nation. Officials say many families in the Purchase and Pinneral counties continue to grow this cash crop, and many producers are alumni of Murray State University. Applicants for the scholarship and their families must be currently growing dark-fired or dark-air tobacco. Scholarship recipients will be chosen based on their academic qualifications, work, agriculture experience, and financial need. Family and friends of a Tree County woman murdered 9 years ago gathered Saturday to keep her memory alive and her unsolved murder in the spotlight.
Chantel Humphreys was a mother, wife, sister, daughter, and friend.
My sister is a bubbly, warm-hearted, love to laugh, and she loved children, and she has 3 of her own, and just a sweet person.
And around June 24th of 2002, at the age of 33, she was gunned down and found on a farm off Bearfield Road.
Her manner of death is multiple gunshot wounds, where it just penetrated in one location. Some of them came out at another location. The man that owns the land, he had went back to check on his cows, and he had seen her body, and he had went and called the police. And so that's how her body got found the very next day. And thank God that he went back there on that day, because I was told that he only checks his cattle like every other day. But thank God that he went that day.
Saturday, family and friends held the 3rd annual Chantel Matters Gone But Not Forgotten event at the Tree County Recreation Complex to keep her memory alive.
I hope this event to make the community, or let the community know that how much Chantel has her death and the way she was killed, it has affected not only her family, but the whole community. And I want to bring awareness each year to let people know that we have not forgotten. We still want closure as a family and as a community to heal.
And for the new sheriff, solving Chantel's murder is one of his top priorities.
Chantel Humphreys is one of the reasons that I'm here. About a year prior to me filing to run for sheriff, I sent a letter to the state police asking, give me 6 months when I come back from active duty. I was on active duty orders at the time. Give me 6 months in this case. I was denied that at that time. I made the decision that I was going to run for sheriff. So this is part of the reason that I'm here. There was other reasons, but that was something that was really near and dear to me.
So why is this case special to him?
I was on my way to Post 1, Mayfield, the day that Chantel's body was found. I was about halfway to Post on I-24, and I got the call to turn around and went back there. So that was the first murder scene that I'd ever been to, and you don't forget that.
Sheriff Burnham says he stays in close contact with Chantel's family, and there could be a break in the case soon.
Just this past week, I had a meeting with Mr. Olby and Detective Silfies, and progress is being made. I was asked and respect to keep it at that as far as that, but I've spoken with Chantel's family some more, and I think real progress is being made, and I think that this case that Chantel will have justice.
Since Tree County does not have a Crime Stoppers program, all the money raised from Saturday's event will go towards a reward to find Chantel's killer. Tammy Hancock, Source 16 News.
In other news, transportation cabinet officials are warning Graves County residents to heat barricades and stay off the Kentucky 1241 bridge over Mayfield Creek. The bridge in the Leader Bottom area of northern Graves County has been closed since April, but due to weekend rains across the region, Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd reports the bridge dropped another 10 feet sometime over the weekend. According to Todd, barricades were already up and gravel was piled to block the roadway in an effort to keep vehicles off the bridge. However, he says ATV riders have continued to drive over and around the barricades to cross and travel under the bridge structure. Bridge inspectors were on the site today to check on the additional damage and determine if the bridge can be repaired. Meanwhile, due to the danger posed by the further collapse of the bridge structure, officials are asking local residents to pay attention to the road closed barricades and stay off the bridge. Todd says due to the length of this bridge, they are probably looking at a 1 to 3 year timeline to design and construct a replacement structure. The estimated replacement cost would be $1 million plus. Students attending schools in Christian, Fulton, and Graves counties will be enjoying fresh produce during the upcoming school year. More than 50,000 students in 128 Kentucky elementary schools will be participating in a federal fresh fruit and vegetable program implemented through the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The following schools in our viewing area will be involved in the program in Christian County: Belmont, Indian Hills, and Martin Luther King Jr. elementary schools. In Fulton County Elementary and Middle School, and Carr Elementary School. And in Graves County, Cuba and Fancy Farm elementary schools. School selections were based upon submitted applications from elementary schools that operate the National School Lunch Program and have 50% or more of their students eligible for free reduced price meals. Kentucky received $2.6 million in federal funding for the program, and each school will receive money to operate the program based on $52 per student. Governor Steve Beshear announced today that the All-Tech FEI World Equestrian Games held last year at the Kentucky Horse Park had an economic impact of $201.5 million. Governor Beshear says, quote, "The World Equestrian Games were indeed a success, and this report illustrates the positive result that our local and state governments, our sponsors, the many volunteers, the business community, and the citizens of the Commonwealth working together can have." It also underscores the important role of the Kentucky Horse Park and the legacy the Games will have for future years. The All-Tech World Equestrian Games Foundation reported that it sold or provided complimentary tickets to over 419,000 visitors from 63 countries in all 50 states. The economic impact took into account direct spending that accounted from $128.2 million, which included guest spending at the horse park, lodging, restaurants, shopping centers, and retail outlets. Fort Campbell's 716th Military Police Battalion will be saying farewell to its top commander while welcoming a new one. During a change of command ceremony tomorrow morning, Colonel Ignatius Delata Jr. will be relinquishing his command to Lieutenant Colonel David Thompson. Delata has served with the battalion since 2009 and will be heading to the Army War College at Carlisle Barracks, Pennsylvania, following the ceremony. The change of command ceremony is scheduled for 9:30 tomorrow morning at the 101st Airborne Division headquarters. Well, the United Way of the Pennyrile has formed a committee to replace its executive director who recently resigned from her position. United Way Board Chair Sam Brown says, quote, "We thank Mrs. Candace Hubbard for her contributions to the United Way and wish her the best of luck in future endeavors. At the same time, we are already focused on ensuring a process that will help us select the best candidate for the future of this outstanding organization." Hubbard has been with the organization since 2007. Well, now it's time to take a look at some upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. One of the Chamber's newest members, 360 Computers, will host a ribbon-cutting ceremony Wednesday morning at 11:30 at 800 South Main Street in downtown Hopkinsville. Parking will be available in the Virginia Street parking lot. That's behind the 360 Cornerstone building on Main Street. And the Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center will host a blood drive tomorrow and Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. at 1902 South Virginia Street. All blood donors will receive a t-shirt, and a $5 donation will go to Break Down Western Kentucky for every pint of blood given. For more information, you can call 1-888-684-9296. These chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Vision Plan.